We live in a time when everyone is either having a side hustle or is starting one. Whether you're doing it just for fun or to make some extra cash on the side, having a side hustle can open doors for you to amazing opportunities that you haven't heard about before, or you can even turn it into your full-time career in the future if that's the goal. But if you have a full-time job before you start your side hustle, or even if you have already started, there are a few things you need to think about, and especially the impact your side hustle can have on your career. The reports show that about 50% of all Americans and more than 40% of Britons have side hustles, and this number is expected to increase to half of the whole adult population by 2030. I'm a big advocate for having a side hustle, and this is how many people start and grow it later to a business and a full-time career, myself included. But there are some steps that you need to make sure that you are taking to protect yourself. Your side hustle can help you boost your income or build up your career, but at the same time it can also undermine your full-time job and really hurt your career. So here are 5 things to consider before starting your side hustle. Number 1 is company policy. So having a side hustle might be against your company policy. Depending on the terms of your employment contract, your side hustle may conflict with your full-time job. Many companies have non-compete clauses or non-disclosure agreements that you usually are required to sign as a part of your contract. Non-compete clauses guarantee that you won't work for a competitor while at your current job, or for a set period of time afterwards. Non-disclosure agreement, on the other side, is there to protect an employer and prevent you from using or disclosing any trade secrets to profit or help others to make a profit. So make sure you review the terms of your contract before you take on a side hustle to be sure you haven't agreed to any restrictions. It is also a good idea to read up on any company policies about freelancing, even if your side job is not directly conflicted with your current one. Your employer may have a policy regarding second jobs, but it needs to be clear and specific to be legally enforceable. Also be discreet. While you do want to make sure that you are not getting yourself into any legal troubles, there is also no need for your employer to know that you are planning to take on a part-time job or start freelancing. Number 2 to consider is using your work time. In order for your side hustle to become a success, you need to put in the time. This can be a little more difficult than you actually think, especially when you're working full-time. And I'm talking from a first-hand experience here. Having a full-time job while working on your side gig, especially if your full-time job is quite demanding, is a hard work and is a big commitment, especially if you want it to succeed. What you will also need to think about, how do you manage if your side hustle takes off and you will need some more time to make and get the orders out, for example, or meet project deadlines. At some point you might also start thinking that you could be able to do a little bit of work here and a bit of work there in your work time, especially if the things are slow. I strongly recommend you not to do that. Not only it is unethical to get paid by your employer to work on your own project, and by the way guys, don't know about you, but I believe in karma. Actually, let me know in the comments below, guys, if you do too. Anyway, you are also very likely to get caught. Many companies monitor employees' emails or what they do on their computers. And after working in HR for so many years, you can't believe, guys, how easy it is for an employer to find out what you have been up to during your workday. And I know that because I was the one requesting this information on so many occasions. And even if your company doesn't monitor, or you think it doesn't, there is a chance that you could give yourself away by accident. So you might leave something in the printer, you might email the wrong person or say something that you shouldn't have in front of your colleague. When you are doing multiple things at the same time, especially things that you are really not supposed to do, it can happen really easily. Number 3 to consider is overtime. Of course, it depends on your job, but in general, full-time can mean more than 35 or 40 hours a week that are stated in your contract, especially during busy times of the year. So if your side hustle is taking all your non-work time, you might find yourself in a difficult situation when you need to do some extra work and put in some extra hours at your day job. Even if you hope to turn your side gig into a career one day, you still need to make sure that you are doing your current day job well and you stay on good terms with your current employer. And that also means having the time to grow and develop in your current role. Number 4 is your reputation. So your side hustle can actually undermine your reputation. As I mentioned before, side hustles are increasingly common and they are often seen as a proof of having that entrepreneurial spirit. But it's really worth asking yourself whether there might be a potential problem for your personal brands before you start your side hustle. So how can your side gig undermine your reputation at your main job? Well, it really all depends on the brand identity of your main employer versus the public perception of your side gig. And what I mean by that is, let's say that you're a medical assistant and that your primary job is a doctor's office. So you might want to think twice about having a side gig that is related to alcohol or tobacco sales or promotion, for example. And actually, if your side hustle involves sales, you should be careful not to look for clients at your primary job as well. This also means not to stalk your coworkers on social media to see whether they want to buy your product or service. Number 5 to consider is a burnout. While doing both at the same time, you can find yourself burnt out on both. It is really quite normal to put a lot of time and effort when you're launching something new. But you need to keep in mind that you can't do it forever. You need to rest, you need to exercise, you need good food and time with your family and friends as well. Otherwise, you're likely to get sick and tired of both of your jobs, or maybe just get sick and tired. And this was one of the things that I really struggled with for a while. Because I was so determined to make my side hustle work, I was spending all my free time working on my side gig and I literally ended up working around the clock. I didn't have time to see friends, I didn't have time for exercise, or to be correct, I didn't make the time for all these things. And as a result, I got to the point where I was very burnt out. And don't get me wrong, you will have to make sacrifices in order for you to succeed. And you always need to be asking yourself, what price are you willing to pay for your success? Because there is always a price. But I don't think that your well-being should be one. Overworking can lead to job burnout, which in turn can have a massive impact on your health, both mental and physical. You need to remember that you started this side hustle to make your life better, whether by increasing your income, building your career, or going out on your own. Damaging your health and well-being won't help you achieve these goals. So make sure to take these 5 points into consideration before starting a side hustle, or do a sense check if you already have one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it some love, share with your friends, and hit that subscribe and bell buttons to be notified every single time I post a video every week, and also to get more tips on designing a career and life that you love. I wish you all a great day, a great week, and good luck with your side hustles. And I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!